Good evening, Rams. I'm your weather anchor, Michelangelo Bustamante. As Marla was saying earlier, since yesterday, temperatures have dropped over 40 degrees. So let's get right down to the forecast. Today, currently, temperatures are sitting at 36 degrees with winds at 14 miles an hour, and the sunset was at 6:04. So right now, I was just walking around campus earlier, and it is bone-chillingly cold. So let's go ahead and take a look at tomorrow's forecast. Right now, or tomorrow actually, the temperature is going to be 46 degrees, 29 is the low, so it's still going to be cold at night, but during the day it should warm up a little bit, warmer than it was today anyways. It's going to be sunny but chilly, winds 10 miles an hour out of the northeast, so it's still going to be windy, it's still going to feel pretty cold, and your sunset's going to be at 6:02. All right, so tomorrow across the state, temperatures are significantly cooler than they have been over the past couple of days. Up and down the Front Range, we have temperatures in the mid-40s. So 46 in Fort Collins, 44 in Denver, 43 in the Springs, and 48 in Pueblo. Up in Sterling, we have temperatures at 46 degrees tomorrow, 41 is going to be the high in Lyman, 58 in Burlington, and 49 in Lamar. In Craig, it's going to be 48 degrees, 43 in Vail, 53 Gunnison, 47 Telluride, and 51 in Alamosa. And tomorrow, the warmest place in the state of Colorado is going to be Grand Junction at 60 degrees. So the 5-day forecast here in Fort Collins, as I said earlier, it's going to be 46 degrees in Fort Collins tomorrow with a low of 29. Then on Saturday, it's going to be 56 degrees with a low of 36. Sunday is going to warm up, so it's going to be 68 degrees. Throughout the weekend, it's going to be warming up, so 68 on Sunday, 44 on Monday, and on 44 on Tuesday as well. So as we start the school week, it shouldn't be wet at all, but we should have cooler temperatures. All right, so with all that snow that's been falling up in the high country, I figured we should take a look into the ski resort of the week. So this week it's going to be A-Basin or Arapahoe Basin. Temperatures are going to be 35 degrees with a low of 27. I think it's going to be a perfect day for skiing. It's going to be a bluebird day. Winds at 14 miles an hour. Absolutely perfect skiing conditions. All right, now for the forecast for the big game against Air Force this weekend here in Fort Collins at CSU Stadium. It's going to be 51 degrees with winds 13 miles an hour. Those winds may have an effect on the game, especially if it's going to be a close one. It's going to be cloudy, but otherwise, though, it should be dry, and we should have relatively good weather for the game. All right, so Tyler, the Rams are coming off a big win against New Mexico last week, but so is Air Force. So let's see here. We're technically favored to win this game, but anytime you play, a 10-point favorite, but anytime you play one of those service academies, they're always really tricky, especially with Air Force's option game. How do you think we're going to do?
Oh, I think CSU is going to have to put up at least 30 points in this game because Air Force is coming in. They're averaging 37 points per game. CSU is averaging 34, so I think it's going to be a shootout. Yeah. But it's important for CSU to take advantage of all their possessions because Air Force will run the ball out on the Rams.
It's tough. It's tough to cover that option. Yeah. It's very tough. Let's see here. So what are some of the keys to the game besides that?
Keys to the game for the Rams is to take care of the ball because Air Force will limit the turnovers with their run game. And then also on offense or on defense to stop the run of the Falcons, who are averaging 334 yards a game on the ground. So
it's going to be a big game. It's a rivalry game. It's going to be in Fort Collins for a chance at the Ram-Falcon Trophy. This is a really important game for us. We're technically on the road to winning the Mountain West Championship. It's a conference game. Yep. We have a couple of pretty hard games coming up after this. So it's going to be very important for us to win. So Tyler, what's your prediction for this game?
My prediction is going to be 35-24 Rams. And like I said, their defense is going to definitely have to step up and make some stops. And if they're able to stop the run game, I think we're going to come out on top. Yeah, I think so too. So I was actually looking at the news today, and they were saying that we're expected to go to the Las Vegas Bowl, and we could potentially be facing the Buffs again. What do you think about that, Tyler? I think it'd be pretty cool to play the Buffs again and hopefully avenge that loss that we had down in the showdown. You know, it was a tough one. The refs weren't giving us any calls, so.
Well, as long as we don't have Pac-12 refs, I think we should be okay. All right, folks, so that's all I have for you for weather today, but coming up next, Tyler's going to have the latest in Ram sports. Have a good night.